the miracle of wax apple, taro ball, and bean curd. Juanita was a Filipina who went to work in Taiwan as a domestic helper. Her employer was a devout Buddhist householder. Every day after waking up, she would chant sutras and prostrate herself before the Buddha. The chanting from the home sanctuary was mellifluous and clear. Bathed in the sounds, Juanita found them pleasant and soothing. Without being aware of it, she looked forward to hearing them. Juanita's son in the Philippines was a seafarer. Because the sea was full of peril, Juanita was often worried for her son's safety. One day, Juanita asked her employer to teach her something from the sutras she could recite for the well-being of her faraway son. Her employer thought for some time, then smiled. "All right, just recite Namo Amitabha Buddha." Wax apple? Taro ball? Bean curd? Juanita thought skeptically. She didn't understand her employer's meaning, for in her employer's dialect, Namo Amitabha Buddha sounded very similar to the pronunciation of these three kinds of food. Though puzzled, Juanita happily complied and kept the phrase firmly in mind. Busy or not, she would recite wax apple, taro ball, bean curd, without stopping, as a prayer for her ocean-faring son. She was very dedicated. Disaster struck nonetheless. Far away, a violent storm whipped up huge waves that swallowed her son's fishing boat. Amid the wind and rain that blotted out the sky, a solitary person bobbed up and down in the water. Everything seemed dark and hopeless to him. Suddenly, he saw an object on the waves. "Ah, what's that? I'm saved!" He swam towards it with all his strength. With both hands, he tightly gripped the object. This twisted wax apple branch, where could it have come from? He wondered. In the great sea, clinging to the wax apple branch, he drifted for 2 days and nights. The alternating heat and cold and the hunger nearly killed him. Huh? Aren't those taro balls? And bean curd? Hunger must be affecting my mind. This episode was truly inconceivable. With uncontrolled gusto, he wolfed down the sustenance from heaven. In the end, Juanita's son was rescued. The media declared in banner headlines, "Miracle Survivor of Maritime Disaster." When the news reached her, Juanita was both startled and elated. When the details of his survival became clear, she firmly believed that mysterious 6-character phrase had unfathomable power, unfailingly and with great precision, saving her son. Namo Amitabha Buddha is precisely the great miracle acclaimed by the Buddhas in all Dharma realms. Namo Amitabha Buddha. Whether they know it or not, and however they pronounce it, all who recite the name will have their wishes fulfilled and be delivered by the Buddha.